Well, it's such a nice day out here. It's nice and calm, and we're out here checking on the cows, and I thought it'd be an opportunity to maybe run through some of the different classes of animals we have here, just to give you an idea of what they are. This herd is not just a bunch of cows or a bunch of cattle. It's a lot of different things. So what we have here is the old folks home. These three that are right here in front of me are from the second, this one's in the first year we ever bought cows. No, this is from the second year we bought cows in 2014. She was a yearling. She was born 2013. She's 10 years old. There's another 10-year-old. Those are the oldest generation. There's only a few of them left. And then this one is 11. She is the only one left from 2013, born in 2012. The only one left of the original cows. She's we call a red baldy, so she's a mix between red Angus and Hereford. And those hybrid crosses make a really good cow. They have a lot of longevity, and the reason she's still with us is because she breeds back, and she weans a good, healthy calf every year. She's never missed once. So all of these here have never missed once, because we call 100% of the animals that don't wean a calf. So what you're left with is some pretty gosh darn good animals. Let's go over, since we're handy, these are some yearlings. We're calling them yearlings now, but I want to skip the yearlings because the bull is right handy. So he is the one adult bull in our herd. This is a registered red Angus bull. He's in my shadow a little bit. He is out of Beckton Stock Farm, Sheridan, Wyoming. We bought him on a video auction a couple years ago. He has been an unbelievable bull, just incredible. He's nice and gentle. He hasn't been mean at all. He's pretty moderately sized. He's fleshed right out. I mean, he could eat almost nothing. He seems to keep the weight on. And he's real masculine. He's everything a bull should be, in my opinion. He's a nice guy. And he bred 35 on his own this summer, something like that. So he done good. We're gonna go over to where the light might be a little better for you to see some of these others. So we got a group of little rascals here. These are all yearling calves, and so they were born last spring. They're not a year old yet. I call them yearlings because it's past the first of the year, and they were born in 2022. They would have been born like starting around middle of May and into a little bit into June. There might be a few later ones here and there, but the orange tags are not that we are what do you call it, gender appropriating, but the orange tags are the boys and the yellow tags are the girls. And we try to do that every year, kind of have a boy color for the males and girl color for the females, just so we can keep it straight. When I see purple, I think heifer, I think cow. When I see orange, I think bull or steer, so that works. So like this one, this is a really young, one of the later yearling heifers. She's still pretty small. This is one of the old cows. She's a 10-year-old cow. And then that one we call her Brockle. That's the boy's favorite cow. She got that Brockle face, that kind of white pattern and color markings in her forehead. So these are a couple of steers, a couple of yearling steers. They are going to be grown out this summer, and they are going to be finished late this fall. By November, they should average close to 1,000 pounds based on what they've done for us in the past couple of years with these genetics and this type of management. And then they will finish out at probably that's 1,000 live weight. I think they're grass fed. They finish them a little bit smaller. They're kind of a little smaller framed animal. They'll finish out around 1,100 to 1,200 pounds, depending on the animal and depending on the guy that's finishing them. And the yellow tags, these are heifers. Most of these heifers are going to be bred next summer and turned into cows. If they don't breed, then they'll be turned into beef. These pink tags are all younger age classes of cows, but they're mostly cows. And the letters are different for every year. There's a standard letter code that the cattle industry uses that we follow, and from A through Z. And like this one is E, that one is G, these ones are J. Last year's code was J, so this spring will be K. And all the animals get that letter code for that year, and they get an individual number to tell them apart from their herd mates. How come you guys didn't finish this bale up? There's nothing wrong with this. What's wrong with this? Hey, a little stemmy. Come on, guys. That's not great, but it's not that bad. All right, so what do we got here? Okay, so the purple are the eyes, and this one behind this jabroni here, that's a big. That's going to be one of the first steers to finish. What a beefy one. And this one is this heifer's a year older than him. But anyway, yeah, so these are bred. So this is what we call a heifer. She is a female, and she is bred. So she has a calf inside of her. She was pregnancy checked last fall, and she is due to have her first calf this spring. Not to be confused with what we call a first calf heifer. So you tell this heifer she's in pretty good shape. Look at these boys, these couple of yearling steers here. If you're not a cattle person, the steers get his nuts cut off, and a bull still has his manhood on him, so he can breed cows. We kept some bulls out of our best cows that we're gonna probably use this summer. But I want to find what we call a first calf heifer, and those should be what are they? The H's? Yeah, they're the H's. Let's see what we have for H's. We sold a lot of H's that year. We just financially it was a good time to be selling them, and we needed the money, so we didn't have a lot of them. And they were out of a different bull. I don't know that his offspring was quite as good. But I don't see any H's, but we'll get to them. Hey, how's it going, buddy? You cleaning up over there? That's another steer. We'll get behind some of these and find one of those bulls. Bull calves we kept intact. The H's, what were they? They were a white tag, I think. But the reason I wanted to show you that, even a G would be a little, there's an H. There's H2. Okay, so that white tag is the one that's standing up right there. So H2, that is a yearling, that is a first calf heifer, meaning she has already raised a calf. The calf's actually kind of still on her. They're kind of self-weaned this time of year. So they pretty much all are weaned. There's going to be a few that'll nurse here and there still, but they don't get much milk. But so she raised a calf already. She's bred with her second calf. And that is by far the most challenging time for an animal to stay in the herd and to perform, because they have, their bodies are still growing. They're young. And so they're growing, so the energy, what they're eating is being converted into energy for weight gain and growth. They're also raising a calf, so they're converting a lot of that food into milk to raise the calf. And they are growing a baby calf inside of them. So they're trying to do three things at once. And so the first calf heifers are the ones that usually fall out of the group at a highest rate, because oftentimes they will not breed back. And if every one of your first calf heifers breeds back, then you're probably not pushing your cattle hard enough. You're feeding them too much, and it's not an economical way to operate, in my opinion. So you kind of got to be pushing them, because when you push them, the lower end falls out, and the ones you have left are really superior. So H2 is a really good one. I think she's going to be fine, assuming she has a good calf this spring and all is good, then she'll be a long-term member of our herd, I would suspect. But that is the toughest period, and when they get through that, they start getting a little more to their mature weight, and they can handle raising a calf every year a lot easier. And they get to be like these old timers, and nothing can stop them. There's over there is another H. You see? Hey buddy, who's this little one? J5. Who are you, J5? I think you might. Yep, J5 is a bull, and we're still trying to decide on him. That's his mom right there. And the reason we kept him as a bull is because his mom is one of our best cows. She's an old 10-year-old cow, and she's got the frame that we like. She's got the shape. She's deep. She's thick. She keeps her weight. You can just about look at a bale of hay and gain weight. And she just performs really well. She's one of those cows that you never really have to think about, because she's always doing her job and she's always raising a good calf. So we kept the bull out of her to be a breeding bull, but he is not turning out to look quite like a bull just yet. I mean, he's getting there, but he's not like super masculine looking. So we kind of kept him, and we're gonna keep watching him and see how he develops. I think sometimes looks can be deceiving, and they can turn into I've heard from breeders that, you know, some of them really turn out to be awesome bulls, and their offspring are, you know, we want offspring that's gonna turn into cows like that. But we're gonna watch him. We'll see how he turns out. I've done this before on bulls I really thought were gonna turn out, and I just ended up banding them and sending them down the road to sell for beef. But we have a couple of more that we kept as bulls that are just beasts. They are super thick, masculine, and really like already starting to mature pretty early. I don't know if we can find any here right now in the crowd, but they're like animals that are a few months old. They're already trying to breed cows, you know. Hey, J8, how you doing? Here's one. Yeah, I thought he was. That is a potential future bull right there. Future herd bull. Yeah, he's got big testicles. J19. He's out of one of our best cows. We keep records on all of them, so we know where all the calves, who had what calf and all that. So, but yeah, he is shaping up to be. He's gonna be a pretty fine bull, I think. Yeah, boy. Yeah, sure. He won't let me touch him. That's all right. All right. Well, guys, I hope that was a informative little explanation of some of the different animals in the herd. We'll catch you next time.